Right, so people, how we all doing? I am coming out of the most recent flare. It lasted about 4 or 5 weeks, you'll see in the video. It lasted longer than that video, let's just say. But I wanted to make this video to kind of talk to you about 5, 6, don't know how many we're talking about, 5 maybe, or just general mistakes I make during a flare up, and ones that I make quite repetitively, and ones that, don't know, maybe you could not make them yourself. Learn from my mistakes. Obviously this is Anki-Spawn, this is autoimmune, and this is this is my take on it and the stage I'm with the disease. Same old rubbish of yeah, don't just copy exactly what I say, because it will be different. But okay, first mistake that I always make, and I've forgotten the first one up there. First mistake that I know I make often is I exercise on anti-inflammatories. Now, I don't take any biologics, still can't say that word, and I don't take any painkillers unless I absolutely have to. But when that does happen, i.e. can't walk, can't work, can't do anything, and I take them, I can kind of, I've had moments where I've forgotten, or at least just not put 2 and 2 together, that you will still have anti-inflammatories running through your body. And that is the reason why you are feeling better, and that's the reason why you think you can do more. So, Alex, don't do more, don't, because you're kind of just like masking it. You've got no idea what's going on. You've taken the painkillers, and there's there's unhappiness going on with whatever there is, for my case, SIJs, and you're just battering it, and it's just crying, but it can't tell you. It's like you can't even hear what's going on, but you're there just doing like backflips and, don't know, running around. So yeah, exercising on anti-inflams, that's one to just avoid. Number 2, I only really realised this one from the last one, just from Googling, and I didn't realise the Naproxen longevity. So I usually take ibuprofen, but at times I take Naproxen because it's meant to be stronger, and there's just been times when I haven't had ibuprofen when I've needed them like desperately. And I've only just Googled it, and I feel like, I can't remember what it says, probably should have checked, but Naproxen can last up to 3 days, did it say? Something like that, correct me if I'm wrong. In which case, I've obviously taken Naproxen, done my 24-hour, 48-hour thing of, okay, give it that, and then I'll exercise. So listen to the first mistake I talked about, but then I'll start moving and exercising day 3, when perhaps Naproxen's still causing the pain to be low. Is that a mistake? I don't know. I think it might be. I think making sure all the drugs are out your system before you start doing things perhaps is a good idea. Obviously, there is a case for, are the anti-inflams actually helping with the disease long term, to the point where you can take them, then exercise. The exercise then helps you because you're moving and you're strengthening without the pain, sort of thing. Whereas if you didn't take them, you'd just be lying in bed crying, sort of thing, and stiffening up more. That I don't know, but I take the route of, I'd rather have no medication in me, and I can deal with it from there. But yeah, you could take that other viewpoint. Number 3, overloading the joints too soon, and that could be something as simple as just going for a walk too soon, just because I've been sat in for a few days and I just want to be able to go for a little walk, 20-minute walk, or most times it's longer, 20 minutes I can get away with. And yeah, it's just, I can even feel it while I'm walking. I'm like, this isn't very good. It's just nasty, like grindiness / like stabbiness in the glutes, that, yeah, and I've just carried on, and then that's added 2-3 days to the pain levels. So that could be walking, it obviously could be, in my case, like exercise in terms of strength training, in terms of what I should be doing, really, like tennis, or even just like when you're in the garden just throwing a ball around and you're already a bit iffy, and you start launching your joints through new directions, and just new loading patterns that it just isn't ready for. So yeah, overloading the joints too soon. Number 4, not seeing my physio weekly and having something locked in that I cannot change no matter what. It has to be an absolute non-negotiable for me, because I managed to just like give myself the idea of, yeah, I don't really need to see him. I was feeling so good between December and March, doing all my own training, and like, he's still brilliant in the sense that he helps me out when I don't see him. So I was checking in every now and again, but just having that proper weekly session of like, okay, I don't care how you're feeling, whether you're feeling incredible and feel like you don't need it, or or can't move, and you feel like you couldn't even get on the bed, just do it. Just do it, even if it's just a moan for an hour, and even just to tell yourself that there is something every week that you are putting in the calendar that you are not letting budge, that is for your health and for your well-being, and it's something that can't just come in and out, no matter, depending on how you're feeling, good or bad. So that for that side of things, as in the mental and like the setting yourself to it idea, but it's probably going to help as well. For me, it's massive. Like I get like a hip tilt and like an anterior tilt when I'm in pain, and you can actually work that through the glute structure and like get that sorted out. And also just, I can, like, the earlier mistakes can be a bit stupid at times. I can be very stupid, as I can imagine everyone else can be. So I need someone to be like, listen, don't do that, mate. Do this, do this, do this. Because even if you think you know what you're doing, you're always going to be a bit skewed, and you're always going to be emotional in it because it's your own body, and you've got to deal with it every minute. Whereas he can obviously external point of view and actually tell me what to do and just be like, listen, Alex, just fucking don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. So yeah, number 4. Number 5, kind of the same idea, being a bit overzealous with my upper body training. So when obviously I can't walk, I'm hobbling on my legs, I don't just go in and smash squats, deadlifts and other sort of leg work. But at times I feel I can get away with an upper body session and have quite a sedentary upper body session where I'm seated or lying down. And I'm finding that it's not that good. It's not. Yeah, I can have flares after it, or it can cause more discomfort. And there's obviously the issue with the SIJ thing is literally the connection between upper and lower body, spine and pelvis. That it's hard to find anything that isn't going to send a bit of pressure through there that if it doesn't want, it's going to kick off. But then that comes to the idea. I mean, is that my next one? Yeah. Number 5, you could say, being too dependent on exercise for happy feels or for the happy neurochemistry going on. And that's tied into that upper body training. When I'm feeling like, when you're in a flare, you're feeling rubbish and you can't move, and you're so tied to exercise and movement and training as like the way you get your happy feels and the way you regulate your neurochemistry and keep everything stable and balanced. Then when you take that away, it's fucking hard to actually like get that normal feel good and get everything balanced off. So it's like, I'm starting to think, right, can I find something else that it doesn't have to be like a physical pursuit that I can do when I can't really exercise, or when I need to just be a bit more still and calm and let things settle? Can I find something? I'm thinking, maybe play the violin or start painting. Definitely not going to paint because I'm dreadful at that. That's not a reason not to paint though, is it? I'm going to find something to do. I like DJing, don't go and check me on SoundCloud, but I like DJing, got me a little tiny little deck set I might start playing on again. And that doesn't include things like reading and podcasts and watching films and that, because it's easy for my mind to wander even when I'm doing that sort of stuff, or to like not focus, whereas it's something that you're actually doing, painting, making music, I don't know, whatever. What else can you do? Write. Things are a bit more you are doing something, but it's not like physical, and it's not just like sat and absorbing, like TV studying or listening to anything. So yeah, finding something that isn't physical that I can focus and center my mind on when being physical isn't an option. Last one, kind of question mark this one. Diet. Is that a mistake I make during a flare up? Some people will be like, well, you need to be fasting, full carnivore, whatever, AIP, low starch, you need to be doing that, otherwise you're like, that's what's causing it, which might be true. Again, when people message me about this, I'm saying, I don't know, you might be right. But again, if you want to look at my mostly good diet idea, and that has worked, I think I'm still kind of backing that idea. I eat well, much better than most. Do I need to eat perfect? Otherwise I'll get this all the time. Perhaps, I don't know. But can I find a balance for me in my lifestyle and not just kid myself that I am going to be strict carnivore forever, which I'm just not. At least with the other things that I want to be doing in my life. So yeah, could it be diet? Could that be a mistake? Maybe. Not one that I really want to be getting into now, because I don't think it is. I think it's physical mostly. As in, I've sorted the diet out. It used to be all internal and inflammatory. I think now it's external and physical. Obviously certain foods are not helping, or might cause a little bit of inflammation, but I don't think enough to get past the threshold. I've addressed this in my previous video. So yeah, there were all of the mistakes. I've definitely made others. I've made plenty of mistakes. But they're the ones I can think of right now, and they're the ones that maybe are quite repetitive that you could take. So yeah, give me a comment about any mistakes you made. Like, subscribe. I will be making plenty more mistakes. No, I won't. 0 mistakes from now on. But I'll be making plenty more videos. Hopefully more videos than mistakes. So yeah, nice one. See ya.